Hey, Jerome! Here! You want a knee touch? Here, take it! Go to town! What a disturbed little man. Anyway. Hello there, CriterioNate here. I'm just trying to do different things. Anyway. Number 347, number 5 in the Moral Tales set. Eric Rohmer's Claire's Knee. We finally hit upon a clunker. I wasn't a fan of this one. Not as much as the others. 1970, 106 minutes, color manual, French floral, and obviously describing it that way. I know nobody else is watching because I know this is everybody's favorite. Oh my gosh, this is probably everybody's favorite. But just looking at the cover of the DVD, that is not a face that I'm gonna give it a movie to, But I mean, I was just so I was digging the first 4. I was like, all right, I'm liking this. I'm digging this. I think some of it is the color. I don't know, just something I really got into the color aspect of it, but also just the creepiness of it. I'm just not a fan. I know it's supposed to be very innocent, but I can't see it that way. So, if you have an alternate, frame of mind, feel free to comment and tell me I'm wrong, or tell me I'm too stuck up or whatever. But anyway, so plot. Jerome, he's getting married. Some girl named Lucienne. Not Lucienne. No, that's Lacombe Lucienne. What is her name? We don't even see her. No, I don't even know her name. I forget her name. Anyway, so anyway, he's getting married to some girl, and while he's on holiday or something, he runs into an old friend of his, Aurora, that I guess they used to date. And so he goes to stay with her, and he spends time just chatting with her and all that. And while he's there, he meets her landlady and the landlady's daughter, Laura, and the two of them. And Laura kind of starts crushing on Jerome, and Jerome, of course, has no interest in Laura. But Aurora apparently predicts that that they'll fall in love or something, and so she asks him to try out her hypothesis or something. And eventually they do kiss, and it's I don't know how old Jerome is supposed to be, but Laura's only I think 16. And so, therein lies they're talk about a moral tale, So anyway, but Jerome doesn't really go apeshit over these little girls until he meets Laura's half sister Claire, who one day while they're at the beach, he notices her knee and suddenly becomes extremely obsessed with touching it and caressing it, as if that was the end all of pleasure, that he could derive. And he eventually does say that eventually was, because when he eventually does touch her knee, it is the end, he says something about it's the end all of pleasure, and now he can marry his girl with no regrets or anything like that. So it's just kind of it's not very intriguing, I don't know. It's just, so anyway, he finally, so he ends up, there's one moment that actually is kind of funny where he almost tries to fall on her knee, and then it cuts away, because it's split up between subtitle, each day it has the little date and all that. I forgot to bring the book in here. I would like to read. I want to read a passage from the book. But anyway, so eventually Laura kind of falls out of love. He falls out of love with Laura. But he goes crushing on Claire because of the knee. And so he eventually tells her that her boyfriend was consoling an ex or something. He saw her boyfriend with an ex, and she starts crying. And to console her, he finally places his hand on her knee, and she doesn't flinch or anything like that. And So anyway, then he finally goes goes off, and yeah. So at first I thought that he was lying. He made up the story to get a chance to touch her, to find an excuse to do it. But apparently at the end he does. I guess it's revealed that it really did happen and all that. I mean, and maybe we did see it, but I just was like, I don't know. I just stare at the screen, and sometimes just things just whiz on by me. Sometimes, and yeah, and that's basically it. So, again, I call this the weakest just because it's just so much more radically. I think some of it is just because I'm just so radically different from the rest of the movies. Of course, the fact that this old guy is, crushing on these young girls, that doesn't make me feel good at all. And this isn't the first time we've seen Jean-Claude Briarly too, and I think that might be a secret reason why I'm not a fan of this movie, because Briarly has been in a lot of shitty movies that we've seen, a lot of shitty movies. Like we'll pull up his list of fallers. He's been in he was in Elevator to the Gallows, which I don't remember that. I mean, I remember the movie, but it's not the greatest. The Lovers, which I'm not looking forward to. I guess he was in the 400 Blows. He had a cameo in, but it's been years since I've seen the 400 Blows, of course. Let's see. A Woman is a Woman. He was in that one. Shitty. Cleo from 5 to 7. I still need to rewatch that one again, but anyway. And he was in The Phantom of Liberty. Yeah. So, yeah. Crap, and some crap, So maybe it's all just kind of, coming together in this one little moment. Yeah, I don't see anything else in here that I recognize. So, is he still alive? No, he died in 2007. Okay. So anyway, yeah, and again, the rest of this is probably, really different from the rest in that we don't have a narrating voice. We don't have, we don't have any narration, which I really enjoyed that in the other three. I feel like it, kept the movie centered, so that I got a little interior dialogue. And because of that, the book is written in like third-person narrative. And yeah, it just doesn't work as well. I'm just not as big of a fan as this one as the other four. And although there isn't much dialogue in the other. I mean, I know there isn't much dialogue in My Night at Maud's, but still, there's a little bit. There's enough to get you to the end, So yeah, this wasn't a favorite of mine. Now, does this necessarily hold me off from buying it or watching these again? No. In fact, I would like to try watching this again because maybe I'll get something out of it with a second view. Because just like My Night at Maud's, there's a lot of dialogue. There's a lot of dialogue, especially between Jerome and Aurora about love and how he feels about love. In fact, Criterion posts one of the most important quotes. Why would I tie myself to one woman if I was interested in others? Which is a really shitty way of thinking. I'm sorry, that's really shitty. Anyway. There you are. So, yeah, again, so we still got one more. The first four, I really liked those. I really liked the first four. So this one just kind of took me by surprise. Again, will hold me off from buying it. Not right now. I think I do need to see Love in the Afternoon. I think that one sounds a little more interesting than this one. So we shall see, but we shall see. But for now, Claire's Knee. It's not a bad movie. It's not really a bad movie. It's not like he had sex with them. In all honesty, he did not have sex with them. I mean, he kissed Laura, which was a little creepy, but he didn't. I think he kissed Claire on the cheek or something. But yeah, it's just So it's not the word. It's not like he was full on creeping on them. He just needed this quote unquote innocent moment, which in my riddled mind, it's not as innocent. So what do we give this? I don't want to give it a bad rating. I'm going to give this the lowest rating I can give it without it being horrendous, a B-. I'm giving it a B-. And in fact, I'm going to add that to my spreadsheet. I got a spreadsheet with all. I'm slowly starting to keep track of all my grades of these movies, and I need to go back and actually watch my other reviews and try to find out what my other grades were, because I don't remember, some of the movies I gave the grading. So wait, no, I gave that an A. Sorry. So ranking these. So if we were ranking these, it'd be La Collectionneuse, Suzanne's Career, Bakery Girl of Monsieur, My Nine at Maud's, and Claire's Knee, probably. Yeah. That would be the best. But of course, we still got one more. We'll get to that. I'll let you know in a second here. Special features. There's a short film called The Curve. Now, that was really pretty cool. I mean, mostly because you get to see a naked French girl's boobs half the time. If you're a fan of naked French girl's boobs, this is just get it just for the short film. It's mostly about this guy who's like a sculptor, and he compares his girlfriend to these different paintings, and she poses like them and all that. Yeah, so it's entertaining if you like boobs, or naked girls, or a naked woman, and yeah, I guess Eric Rohmer did some of it. Was a collaborator between him and Edwidge Shakti. I honestly don't know. Let me look this up, because I could not tell. I couldn't tell what Rohmer's role was in this. He had something to do with it, but I can't find it. Oh well. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So that was okay. It was harmless, for the most part. And then there's an excerpt from the film, the short show Le Journal du Cinéma. Features interviews with Jean-Claude Brialy, who played, Drome, Beatrice Roman, who played Laura, I think, and Laurence de Monahan, who I believe played Claire. I want to actually go ahead and confirm that, because I'm just curious. I didn't take the little sheet book in here. Beatrice Roman was Astrid. Anyway, oh no, she did play Laura. Okay, yes, Beatrice Roman was Laura, and Laurence de Monahan was Claire. So anyway, and of course Rohmer, and they talk about Rohmer, not being there because he hated to be photographed and didn't want to be on film. Although he did do that interview later, a few years later, after in the Collectionneuse interview. So anyway, he's a picky guy. Anyway, and then there's trailer and blah blah blah. So Claire's Knee, B-, not the greatest movie I've ever seen, but in the end, it's not Viridiana. How about that? So that's it for now, and I say now because obviously next we got Love in the Afternoon. I may have to do this later tonight. We may have 2 reviews today. Originally, I was planning on doing this tomorrow, but something came up tomorrow, and I don't know if I'll have time for this. There's honestly not a lot to do. There's not a lot to watch on here. Just the movie's only 98 minutes, and the film, there's a short film and the video afterward. The video afterward, director and writer Leah Laboute, which will probably be 4 hours, probably, if I know Criterion. And yeah, but more than likely I'm going to go ahead and I don't want to do it on Saturday because I want to keep them all together, all the reviews that I release together. So more than likely we're going to do it later today or tonight. So yeah, keep an eye out for this. And that's it. So that's it for me. Thank you for watching. Morals: don't touch girls' knees. Don't kiss Don't kiss underage girls, especially if you're engaged. Well, just don't do it at all. But don't kiss other women if you're engaged. And I don't know what. I'm trying to think. Don't yell at camp counselors about campers or something. I don't know. That's the specific one. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. We'll see you later for we'll probably see you later for Love in the Afternoon. And until then, goodbye.